When engaging in battle, always make sure to have a full clip of ammunition. You don't want to hear the empty click of your trigger when you face your opponent. When using a weapon, it can become unstable when not properly braced on an obstacle. Always make sure to brace your weapon. Your weapon is in the braced position when this icon appears in the lower right corner of your screen. Did you know you can use the bipods on your BAR and Bren gun? Very useful when you don't have anything nearby to rest your weapon on. Before your machine gun barrel starts to smoke, press the Change MG Barrel button to change your barrel. This does not work on the Browning machine gun. Always attach your bayonet before you enter a trench or breach a building. The bayonet can be your best friend when you are caught out of ammo in a close quarters environment. But when you think you're not going to need it, remove it from your rifle. It makes your rifle less stable and easier for the enemy to see. When using the bayonet in battle, don't stab your enemy below the waist or arms. The best way to stab them is in the head or the chest area. You can also use the stock or butt of your weapon to defend yourself. As you hold down the melee button, the strength of the attack increases. But the melee attack has a disadvantage when it comes to damaging your opponent. A good way to make sure you get your enemy with a grenade is to cook them. Hold on to them for 2 to 3 seconds and they won't have a chance of getting away. But don't hold on too long or you might end up losing your arm and half of your face. Did you know you can throw the grenade in an underhand motion? Very effective in close quarters. Use the melee button to achieve this. When your team is under heavy fire from an enemy position, try to outflank them. Use the landscape to keep out of sight. Use buildings, walls, treed areas, or ditches. When you are traversing through the woods, go from tree to tree. When an enemy spots you, he doesn't have a clear shot and you can retaliate quickly. Hip shooting is a tactic that can help you in surprise moments. It can be difficult at first, but practice will make you deadly in close quarters. When using a machine gun, suppress the enemy with small bursts. Suppressing can also be done with other weapons. When attacking an objective, use smoke to cover your approach. Try to lay down smoke in front and behind your objective. You can also use the colored smoke grenades to single out or paint enemy positions. When you encounter an enemy, try to take him down in one shot. The most common mistake most people make is shooting as soon as they see an enemy, and by doing this, give away their position. When you are the artillery officer, use your binoculars to call in artillery on your target. Just aim your binoculars at your target and click the left mouse button. You can use either a radio placed somewhere on the map or the radio man to call the artillery in. Always make sure to resupply players. Players holding machine guns, light machine guns, and bazookas will need the extra ammo. A tank can seem like a good place to take cover, but it's not a safe place to stay for long. And if the enemy doesn't get you, your friendly tank will. Always stick together. You have a better chance of survival this way. Don't stay too close to each other. A high explosive tank shell or a grenade can take all of you out in one shot. If a machine gun is raining hell on your team, don't attack it head on. Try to flank his position. When you are a radio man, stick with the artillery officer. He will need that radio. Use guerrilla tactics. Make a surprise attack and retreat to another position to strike again. This is very useful when you're the sniper. When engaging infantry as a tank, make sure to have high explosive rounds loaded up. Armor-piercing rounds will do nothing against buildings and infantry. They are, as you probably already figured out, to be used against tanks. Angling your tank can be very useful. Angling may increase the chance that shells being fired at you will bounce off your armor. When engaging a heavy tank, firing at his front armor won't do anything good. Try to flank the tank and shoot him in the sides, or even better, his rear, the weakest part of the tank. As with infantry, try to stick together. You have a better chance of survival on the battlefield, especially when you go against heavily armored tanks like the King Tiger. When you know enemy infantry is around, don't stick your head out of the tank. Always keep moving when you're out in the open, and don't move in a straight line. Share your tank with other players. Call out for a good gunner and commander. Listen to your tank commander. He has a better field of view and he is vital to your survival. Do not move when the tank commander is sighting in a target. Your gunner needs to be stationary at all times to hit his target dead on. Ambush your enemies. They will never know where it came from.